10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Turn the friggin' frogs gay. Serious crap.
Hello. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How's everybody doing today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. As I try and straighten up here a little bit, I was in the midst of doing things. I haven't done a live chat. It's been a couple weeks, and I apologize for that. I've been busy at work, but I have been posting videos. So that's hopefully something for you guys out there, even though I haven't been doing the lives as much. And we'll get back to it. Just it's been a crazy couple weeks at work. And then my last weekend was full of wedding preparations and all kinds of other things. A friend of mine was getting married, and it was just a crazy weekend last weekend. So basically Thursday, Friday, Saturday was just all over the place. But anyway, we'll get back to the regularly scheduled live chats soon enough. I was on Yankees live chat on Sunday though. So that was good. That was fun. I had fun. I haven't gotten to argue with Yankee in a while. It's been a while. Which arguing with Yankees I've always found it very entertaining myself. But then maybe that's because I'm the one arguing with him. I know a lot of people don't find it as entertaining as I do. Let me get some background music going on here. Forgot to turn my music on before I started the chat. But I find it very entertaining. I have fun arguing with Yankee. So, not everybody has a tolerance for it. So, it was fun. If you haven't watched that chat, you definitely should. It's the one he did Sunday night. So, it was good. I mean, of course, I'm right. He was wrong, but... So how you guys been doing? I haven't got to do these chats for a couple weeks, so kind of miss you guys and talking to you guys and seeing what's going on. So I got no topics of conversation tonight. Just thought I'd talk to you guys, chat for a while, and see what's going on. Answer some questions. You guys got questions or topics or anything like that? Throw them in, because that's all we're doing tonight. So this is just a trigger time. Just me, myself, and I. No Guns and Geeks podcast. No particular topics or things that need to be discussed. I guess I haven't paid much attention to the news. I probably should have. I mean, no, that's not true. That's not true. I pay attention to certain stuff. I mean, there's podcasts and stuff that I watch every day that I put on, like in the car, on the drive, and things like that. So I think I probably stay up on a decent chunk of stuff that's going on, but certainly not everything. So just depends. And then I've been putting a lot of the stuff that has been coming up into my videos. So you guys already know what my thoughts are on that. But what's up, dudes? How have you guys been for the last couple weeks since I've gotten to really talk to you guys? Everybody out there in YouTube land, y'all been doing well? Everybody been getting by? I know life's a fucking ride right now. Everything going on in the world feels like shit's just popping off all the time, but doesn't have to. I'm not saying shit ain't popping off right now. I'm just saying, take a break. Take some time off. Don't pay attention to all the bullshit all at once. You know. I mean, you need to pay attention to some of it because you need to know what's going on in the world. But you do need brain breaks. You know what I'm saying? You need a brain break. Sit, hang out with your family, go do something fun, watch a movie, whatever it is. You gotta take a break from some stuff. Don't become obsessed with nothing but all the bullshit that's going on in the world. Be aware of it. But, you know, don't let it consume you. Which, who am I to talk? Half my time on YouTube's been about being consumed by the bullshit going on in the world. So do as I say, not as I do. How about that? Because, yeah, I'm probably not the best example of like, hey, don't worry too much about the shit going on in the world, as I post videos about all the shit going on in the world. So, but I did get away from it last weekend, which was nice. I had like, 3 straight days of like not worrying about anything. I was off work, getting ready and helping with my friend's wedding, all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? And not worrying about work, and not worrying about politics or whatever bullshit's going on in the world, and just like fucking enjoying time with my wife and kids and my friends. It was nice. It was nice. So, and then back to work, which has been a whole other clusterfuck, different kind of clusterfuck, and not a bad clusterfuck, but just a clusterfuck nonetheless. Thus is the nature of what I do now. So, yeah, I posted that video. I can't remember when. It's last week. Maybe it was last week. Sometime last week, I posted that video about why cops suck. And I had the weirdest thing in the world. Right? I had a couple of people. I have several people like fucking mentioning, oh, well, clearly you're some kind of law enforcement or this or that or whatever. Because I did the video, I'm wearing my fucking uniform. And, like, they don't know what I do, which is fine. I don't really care. But, like, the idea that somebody's sitting there telling you, hey, I work with a whole bunch of cops, and cops are fucking bad for X, Y, and Z reason, and you go, that sounds kind of hypocritical. Or, I don't know, maybe it means I actually might know this shit more than the average person who doesn't work with a bunch of fucking cops. You ever think about that? I don't know. Seems like a no-brainer to me. If somebody who's more likely to have direct knowledge of a subject tells you about a subject, doesn't that make it more believable rather than less believable? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. And to be clear, I'm not a cop. I just work with a lot of cops. There are lots of cops and ex-cops, active duty cops at work doing the same thing I do. So, I am not a cop. I'll make that very clear. But I'm in a very unique position to talk to a lot of law enforcement guys day in, day out about all kinds of shit and see how they react to situations and deal with stuff and all that. Got a super chat here from Corey. What's up? Corey says, what's up, brother? I texted you a few times trying to check in. You suck at responding. Did you see my new pew pew I sent in the group text? First of all, I do suck at responding. That is something that my wife tells me literally every day because I never respond to her text messages. Did I see your new pew pew in the text? I don't know, dude. Let me see. Okay. I don't see it. Did you send a picture? I mean, I saw you talking about picking up a Mosin Nagant in the text chat. I didn't see like a picture or anything. Did you pick it up? I don't see anything, dude. Or wait, is this the one from a couple weeks ago? Because you were talking about a llama a couple weeks ago, which I am 100% behind. I've owned a couple of llama 1911s and I love them. Oh, you just sent me a new one. Okay, you did get the Mosin. You did get the Mosin. Ooh, that's pretty. That's nice. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but it's fucking Mosin, so of course it needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Nice, and it's actually got everything there. Got the sling straps, everything's together. Did it come with a bayonet? Did you actually get the bayonet with it? I wonder. I mean, not that it really matters. Well, it kind of does matter. And the only reason I say it kind of does matter on the Mosin Nagants is what they would do on the Mosin Nagants is because everything was done by hand at that time. They would have a stack of bayonets and they would pull out of the crate of bayonets and they would shove it on the end of the gun. And if it didn't fit, they'd throw it, grab another one, and then it wouldn't fit, and they'd throw it and grab another one if it wouldn't fit. And if they would do that, there was like so many times it's like, okay, well, if so many of these bayonets don't fit on the rifle, then they would actually like fucking like hollow it out to where it would fit on the rifle. They'd finally just make one fit. They'd force one to fucking fit. So what I've noticed is on the Mosin Nagant bayonets, not all bayonets fit all rifles. So usually it's good if you can have the one that was originally with the rifle, but I know that's kind of hard to do because people lose them because nobody keeps them on the guns. And I mean, at this point, some of those rifles are 100 years old. I mean, they started making Mosin Nagants. The Mosin Nagants we get over here, the average is going to be 1930s and up, but they were making Mosin Nagants before that. So I mean, at this point, there's a chance your rifle's 80 to 90 years old. And after 80 to 90 years, man, nobody keeps the fucking bayonet for their gun. I have the one that goes for one of mine. I don't have the bayonets for the other ones that I have. But that being said, you can make another bayonet fit. It might require a little sanding or dremeling on the bayonet, because usually what it is, it's that the because the way those bayonets fit on, they just go around the end of the barrel and then lock on around the sight, the front sight. And sometimes you just have to, I've had to like Dremel them a couple of times, like Dremel them to fit just right, because like it would go on, but then it wouldn't lock around the sight. So I had to like Dremel it just a little bit to where that piece that hooks around the back of the sight would actually fit. So, I mean, you can make a bayonet fit if you get one, just like you just grab one out of like a fucking, an extra one that your gun shop has and it doesn't quite fit perfectly. You can make it fit with a little work. It's not that big a deal. But he said, no, I didn't come with one, so I need one now. Yeah, I'd get one. They used to be cheap as fuck, but I'll be honest, I haven't checked Mosin bayonet prices in a while. Used to be, but like they would practically give them the fuck away. Nobody wanted them. But again, that was a while back. So who knows what they're like now. I have no idea. Since the prices of Mosins themselves have gone up quite a bit, it may be that the prices for the bayonets have gone up too. Oh, I still can't imagine paying more than like $10 for one. You know what I mean? I can't imagine you would spend that much on a fucking Mosin bayonet. I know I've got like at least one extra one, but I just don't know where the fuck it is. It's in a box in my shed somewhere. Who the fuck knows where at this point? So, but I do have an extra one somewhere. Just, yeah. Don't know where it's at. I haven't had to pull it out of the box in a while, but it should be in the box with the rest of my bayonets and other assorted fucking spare shit that I just kind of have on my or just gun shit. I've got, well, that's the other thing too. You know how we are. You're all gun guys out there. So inevitably you have like drawers full or boxes full of just random gun stuff. All, you know, accessories and fucking I try to keep my stuff, I really have over the years. I've tried to keep it fucking, you know, like organized, but it never works. Like you try, but like good luck, I guess. I don't know. It always ends up just being thrown together in a fucking box somewhere, and then you're just like, oh well, fuck it, you know. So, I mean, I've got my, like, for a while, like, so I've got my fuck, I'm trying to think. I've got a toolbox that's full of my gunsmithing stuff. And then I've got another box of the gunsmithing stuff that I don't use as often. And then I've got a box that was supposed to just be for accessory stuff. You know what I mean? Like just accessories. In other words, stuff that's not, you know, necessary to make a gun function. Then I've got a box, and I would say box. They're big ass totes. Then I've got like a tote full of stuff that's just actual like you know, like parts, like mechanical parts that guns, you know, that I've replaced on guns, trigger groups, things like that. Then I've got a box that's mostly just like furniture. So grips, some shotgun stocks, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then I've got a box of nothing but holsters. Again, I'm using the word box, totes of nothing but holsters. And then I think I've got one more box of like random shit. I think I've got one that's like all milsurp stuff. It's just a clusterfuck, dude. It's a clusterfuck is what it is, if I'm honest. It's a clusterfuck. So, hey. Of course, where can I find a bayonet? Any suggestions? Honestly, I would just go to like gun stores and shit. I wouldn't try. I mean, you can find one online, but shipping on those things is fucking retarded because they're about that long. They're goddamn near 2 feet long, and it's just a chunk of solid steel. I mean, you can look on eBay and stuff and see if somebody's selling one cheap, and you might be able to find one cheap. The problem is just going to be the fucking shipping. You know what I mean? Like the shipping's going to be kind of redonkulous on a lot of those. So I would honestly just keep looking at local shops, and if you get a gun show come to town or anything like that, check there. I'd do all that before I'd order one online somewhere, just because, again, I don't think in the end it's going to really be worth it for all that. So that'd be what I would do. Let's see here. Let me try French confessions. Cini says, I have a few broken ribs. Apart from that, I'm good. Oh, I hate broken ribs. I've broken ribs twice in my life. It fucking sucks for anybody that's ever had broken ribs. Like, it really fucking sucks. It's painful, and there's nothing you can fucking do about it, right? Like, unless you're just like fucking shattered, like from a car wreck or something like that, and they'll actually put like a body cast on you, which that in itself fucking sucks. But if you just got cracked ribs, or even if you got a clean break, but it's just like 1 or 2 ribs and they didn't need to be set or anything. Like there's nothing the doctor will do. They'll just tell you be careful with it and like try not to move around too much. Don't bang into stuff, shit like that. And you just have to fucking deal with it till it heals, because it's really hard to fucking, like, you can't just wrap a fucking cast around your body like that. And because it's a rib, even if you did, right, like you can still move to the point to where if you bump up against something, the cast isn't necessarily gonna, it's different than like a limb or something that you can keep stationary. It's hard to keep your body stationary, because just doing this, you know what I mean, like just rotating the top of your chest, like you're rotating, you know, between your abs and your upper torso and shit, right? Like even if you've got a cast wrapped around you, you can't stop that movement. So you still have to be very, very cognizant of how you move and what you do. So most of the time, doctor won't even do anything. They won't put a cast on you or anything. Just tell you fucking be careful. Like again, unless they need to, the ribs need to be set, or if you're gonna need like sometimes if your ribs are fucking like completely fucked, like shattered fucked, where they actually have to do surgery and go in there and like fucking put your ribs back together with like, so I don't think they use like bolts, because your ribs aren't big enough. So I forget what they use, how they'll do it. Like if you've got shattered ribs, because they have to piece them back together. Like with your arm, if you like shatter your arm, right, like completely fuck it up, they'll actually like fucking screws or bolts basically to hold it together. I don't know what they do for ribs, because your ribs are so small. Maybe they still use bolts, but yeah, broken ribs fucking suck, dude. They fucking suck really bad. Guys, he's going to be trading a couple of guns tomorrow with my FFL for an unfired LWRC M6A2 piston AR. Nice. LWRC makes really good shit. Let's see. Yeah, Pigar says, and don't sneeze. Oh, sneezing hurts when you've got broken ribs, dude. Oh, even laying down in bed, dude. Laying down in bed is just like, it's so difficult. Oh, yeah, I hate fucking broken ribs. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the fucking world, but it fucking sucks. Hey, Firefighter says, don't make him laugh. Yeah, don't fucking laugh. That'll fuck you up too. David Joe says, don't worry, the pain will let you know how not to move. Yep. John Johnson says, I broke ribs several times. If they're not completely snapped, they heal on their own in about 3 months. Yeah, that's what I did. I want to say last time I did it, it took, I want to say I stopped feeling the pain after about 7 weeks or so, 6 or 7 weeks. I was still told by the doctor I had to be careful because they were not completely healed, right? But I remember that's when it kind of finally, I felt like like it didn't hurt to fucking sleep, just lay in bed or move a certain way. Like they had healed enough, but I still had to be careful because you risk like re-breaking them at that point. And that sucks because you start feeling better and you're like, oh, great, I'm healed. And you go and do something and you fucking crack it again right where it was cracked the first time. So yeah. It fucking sucks. Let's see, where are we at? Firefighter says, knock on wood, I've never broken a rib. That's good. I've broken both arms. My right one was way worse. My right one was a clean break, like that had to be fucking set. Broke both bones in your arm. Had to be reset. They had knocked me out and set it. This one was just a bad fracture. My leg, I broke my right leg. It was a spiral fracture. So very similar to if you've ever been a skier, you know the dangers of spiral fractures. I broke my leg in a spiral fracture. Did not skiing, by the way, but it's the same type of break as a skier would have. I've broken multiple toes, multiple fingers, broken ribs several times. Each time I broke ribs, it was multiple ribs. I think that's it. I broke the cartilage in my ear one time, getting punched in the head in a fight. That fucking sucked. You ever had your fucking cartilage broken in your ear? Jesus Christ, it fucking hurts like a motherfucker. I got punched in the fucking head, and like it split the cartilage at the top of my left ear. And it took fucking forever to heal and hurt for a long ass fucking time. Like the cartilage at the top had split. Fucking sucked, dude. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, ribs, one leg, both arms, multiple toes, fingers. I broke a bone in my foot one time. One of my toe bones. Fractured that. Brick dropped from about 12 feet in the air on my foot, and I wasn't wearing shoes. That happened. So yeah, I broke a bone in my foot, but it was just a fracture, so they didn't even put a cast on it. I think that's it. Yeah. Let's see. Scott says, I've cracked my ribs, might have been a hairline, fractured them, never had them checked out, and I've broken most of my fingers over the years. Yeah, I don't think I've broken most of my fingers. I've broken my index and middle finger and thumb on my left hand. I've broken my pinky twice on my right hand. I think it was just these two fingers. But this one, the pinky I broke twice. This one I've broken once. And then on this hand, it was these three. The thumb was the worst, dude. The thumb was a snap fracture from going back too far. Like my thumb went back too far. Oh, just thinking about it fucking hurts. Ay. And it broke right at one of the knuckles. Like, because it went back so far and it just fucking snapped a chunk off the end of the knuckle. Oh, yeah. Just thinking about that fucking hurt. Let's see. Sam Atticus says, dislocated shoulder is a motherfucker to heal even with physical therapy and even trying to get comfortable, especially if you are a side sleeper. It's a fucking nightmare. I've never dislocated a shoulder. I've heard it's very painful. I've heard it's nothing at all like Mel Gibson makes it look in Lethal Weapon. I mean, it makes it look like it's just something you just snap back in and you're good to go. I've heard it's fucking bad, but I've never done that. So, let's see. Corey says, I had the same thing with an ear, also split wide open, broke left arm, left wrist, finger from a nail going through it, a toe, right foot, and my right hip. Yeah, it's a lot. You know what's weird? And I don't know what it is. I honestly don't. But like, me and my wife both, like, my wife mostly just because of like a car wreck and a couple other things, right? She's broken bones before when she was young. Me, it was just like all the stuff I did. It was either doing stupid shit when I was a kid or getting into fights or whatever, right? None of my kids have broken a bone. None of them have had fucking stitches. Like, my son's 26. He's never broken a bone, never had stitches, nothing. None of my other kids, all the younger ones, never broken bones, never had stitches, none of that shit. Dude, I had broken so many bones and had stitches multiple times by the time I was like fucking, 16, 17 years old. And I'm like, and sometimes I look at my kids and I'm like, man, y'all should have broken some, but I just, you know what I mean? Like, that's probably a fucking mean thing to say as a parent. But I'm just like, I feel like my kids should know what that feels like. Because I feel like, and because honestly, most of the people I grew up with, most of my friends growing up broke bones and, got stitches for one thing or another or whatever it was. And I feel like, I'm like, why haven't my kid, like, I feel like that was just a normal part of growing up and like learning not to fuck around, like learning you got to be careful because there are consequences. Is that weird? Like, I'm not saying that I want my kids to get hurt, but I feel like they should have gotten hurt by now, And it surprises me that none of them have gotten majorly hurt, like breaking a bone or needing stitches or anything. Like, it's just weird. Although I guess my youngest daughter, if it, like at her age, like if it had been back when I was a kid, she would have had stitches, but she went to the doctor and they just used that fucking surgical glue. She fucking busted her chin. She tripped and fell and like fucking split the bottom of her chin open like to the bone. And because she was just running, she tripped and fell on fucking on a tile floor. But they just glued it back together. So maybe that counts. I don't know. It wasn't stitches. They just glued it up. So I don't know. I also I haven't had to even like spank my kids the way I got my ass beat when I was a kid. Now, that being said, I do feel like that's because my kids are way better than I was. They're way better behaved than I ever was. I was a little fucking terror my entire fucking life. But I barely spank my kids. Like, out of all of them, like, I barely spank. I haven't even spanked all 4 of my kids as much as just I myself got spanked. Not even fucking close. Like, I got my ass beat with a fucking horse whip. Like, that's for real. That's not a joke. And I probably told this story before, but like my mother had a fucking, what they called it was a horse popper. And it's just these 2 pieces of leather that are sewn together with a fucking metal strip down the center of it. And then the end is open. I forget what they're called. Everybody I knew called them horse poppers, but they hurt and they also made a loud noise. So it was to like get a horse's attention. I think they were for training purposes. It wasn't like a riding crop, but it was kind of, I don't know. Anyway, everybody I knew called them horse poppers. I'm sure they have a different name, but my mother had one, and that's what she used to beat my ass with when I was a kid. That's what I got my ass beat with. Something you use to fucking get a horse's attention. So that was fun. Scott said, I don't know, by the way, I don't know how this turned into like a fucking, oh, how fucked up have you gotten, chat? But it has, so whatever. Scott says, I dislocated my right shoulder in a skiing accident, planted my pole into a chunk of ice. I kept going. It didn't hurt like a son of a bitch, but I did pop it back in. It was sore for a while. Okay. So you did did you do the whole like Mel Gibson Lethal Weapon thing where he just like runs up and just slams it into like a fucking wall or a tree or something? That's how I saw this shit growing up. I've never dislocated a shoulder, but if I did, that's the first thing I would think of to do is like, I guess that's what I got to do. Although I've heard that's not what you're supposed to do. To if you have a dislocated shoulder, you're not supposed to just slam it into something. You're supposed to like fucking pull it. You're supposed to have somebody pull your arm. And when they pull it out that way, it pops back into place. So, yeah. Sam Anarchy says, absolutely not setting it back. It fucking hurts too, and it takes months to heal with exercises you have to do to gain full mobility. So let's hope you're as good a shot with both arms because carrying. Yeah. I bet. You know, I just realized I don't have any fucking water and I'm dying of thirst here. Hold on a second while I grab some water, guys. Give me a second. Sorry. Sorry. All right. Sorry about that. Apologies all around. Yeah, you can talk shit about me. I don't care. Now you talk shit about me when I'm here. I'm fine with that. I'm cool. I'm cool with it. Yeah, like I said, guys, sorry I haven't done a lot of chats the last couple weeks. Been a busy last couple weeks, but we'll get back to it. We'll get back to it. But how's everybody liking the videos? I know they are not up to many people's standards of high quality video content. No intros, no music, no editing, no nothing. Usually just me sitting in a car, taking a break at work, making a quick, 5, 6, 7-minute video and posting it. But I like it. I've started finding enjoyment in doing videos again by doing that. Which was kind of a problem. I put off making videos for a really long time. I wanted to make videos, but I put it off because I kept telling myself, so I need to do it just right. I need to have the right setup. I need to get my camera out, make sure my microphone's hooked up. I need to have the right background. I need to be able to edit the video. I got to have the intro on the video, all that shit. And so I put off doing videos for a really long time because I felt like there was no point in making a video if the quality wasn't where I thought it needed to be. And so I just didn't make videos. And I don't know, man. Like, what's it been now? About 5-6 weeks that I've been putting out videos regularly. At some point I just realized I was like, I don't need to do all that shit. I really don't. I don't fucking, who gives a shit about editing or intros or music or any of that shit? Fuck it. I'm gonna just go back to the way I used to back when I started on YouTube, which was just fucking talking to a shitty camera. At the time, when I first started making videos, I was talking to a shitty camera in my fucking dining room. Like that's where I was making videos when I first started, and then that kind of evolved, and I made some space in my house officially for videos. And I don't know, man. I think it was all my own expectations more than anything else. You know what I mean? Like, I got to do a video this way, or I got to make it like this. Oh, if it's not like this, it's not worth making. And, and look, I'm not saying that like everybody loves the videos I'm making or anything, but that's also not the fucking point. The point is, do I like making them? And I like making them just as I am. Just sitting there in the car with my fucking phone, talking to the fucking camera just like I used to. So hopefully you guys like them. Let's see. Political purposes. Wait, you once made high quality video. I didn't say high quality. I never said high quality. I said higher standards. At least I think that's what I said. I never claimed my videos were high quality. My videos were decent. I had decent editing and intros and stuff like that. For somebody that was just doing it all myself, you know what I mean? But I would never claim that my videos were high quality. But they were definitely decent. Certainly better than the shit I'm making now, but again, that's the point. Scott says, screw it, we'll do it live. Yep. We will indeed do it live. Go. All right, what else you got out there in the chat? What else you guys want to talk about? Time is it? Oh, 6. Okay. I got like 10 minutes. Still got my other chat. Since that's the one I actually do with other people. So I feel obligated to make sure I never miss that one. So, although I have missed that a couple times. Not often, but I've missed a couple of them. But usually for good reasons. Not just because I didn't want to fucking do it. You know. Johnny Johnson says, you must have had a lot of Russian ammo when you did the original intro. Nowadays, it's almost unheard of. Steel K762 all dried up. I still have a lot of fucking Russian ammo. I have a lot of Russian ammo. I for years, I would buy that shit left and right. Every time I fucking got a chance, I got fucking ass tons of fucking 440 round sealed crates of that shit. So I've still got a lot. I had lots of Russian ammo. It was fucking cheap, but it worked. So can't beat it. Firefire says you're going to get either Helldivers or Battlefield 6. Not interested in Battlefield 6. Helldivers 2 I do want to get. That's one I do want to pick up. So that's one I'm hoping to pick up soon. So I've got a lot of friends that play Helldivers 2. So very interested in that one. Plus I've heard like really good things about it. So let's see. Sam Eric says, if people don't understand you got a real world shit going on, family, career, etc., then fuck it is what it is. Your true people here understand what's. Well, I thank you for that. I appreciate that. Because I love doing this shit. But at the same time, I do want to, like, you know, put some stuff out there. Asir Hamar. I'm probably did I say that right? Asir Hamar says, enjoying your new videos, short and to the point. Thank you. That's the point of them. Corey says, check gun porn, and if find that bayonet, I'll buy it. What? Check gun porn. This is the same picture you sent me. What are you talking about? Gun porn? Maybe you mean knife porn? No? Nothing in knife porn either. Were you trying to send me a picture of a bayonet? Where'd you put it? It's not in gun porn. It's not in knife porn. I don't see it. I don't see it, sir. Let's see. Political Prepper says, don't know if you save chats from 2020 anywhere or not, but if you ever think of it, look up one called Riots, Violence, and Volcanoes. Oh my, from mid 2020. It's a Honda crash out. Really? Okay. I don't think I do. I think I got rid of most of those. I think I've gone through several times. I haven't done it in a while, but I've gone through several times and erased all my old chats, except for ones that were very specific topics. Just because with YouTube doing all the stuff they've done for the last, I don't know, 6-7 years, it's very hard to remember what chats might have had something in them where somebody said something that YouTube could get offended by and try and kill my channel for. So I would just regularly get rid of them. I haven't done it, and I don't think I've done it since I moved back in February. But I used to do it at least every few months. Vulcan Rumble says, "What do you think about the handheld Xbox going to 1,000?" I haven't heard anything about it. To be honest, I haven't heard shit about a handheld Xbox. To be honest, I'm also surprised that it took this long for Xbox to get into the handheld market. No, I hadn't heard anything about Xbox doing a handheld, much less one for $1,000. So, yeah, I did not know that. Let's see. Corey says, "No, if you find an extra bayonet, I'll buy it, and I bought more goodies. Check gun porn in a bit. I just ran out of space in my last super chat." Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah, if I see one, if I run across any bayonets, there's a gun store I've been meaning to go to in Lansing. So if I run across one, I will certainly pick it up. Davy Jones says blood memory. God damn it. I wish I could have saved that chat. I really do. In fact, I don't even think it's... Yeah, there's a chance I might have backed it up somewhere. I do have an external hard drive that's in my closet that I had a bunch of old stuff saved on, like old videos and things that I had ripped and downloaded. And I don't remember if I saved that chat or not before I removed it from YouTube. I might have, but I'm not sure. I'll look for it sometime. That and the Flat Earther one were my two favorites, honestly. I had a lot of fun. The Flat Earther thing, I know I've talked about it a lot, but like I just find it fascinating that people believe that. You know what I mean? So MGHBG says, "Don't you have to register your firearms in Michigan?" Handguns you do, apparently. Long guns you do not. I've not bought any guns since I've been here, though. So I don't know yet. Well, I mean, I do know. You don't have to register long guns, but you do handguns. Although there's still a lot of people that do private sales, from what I've heard. I don't know. I haven't bought any guns since I've been here. But apparently there's still a lot of people that do private sales without registering handguns. So there's a lot of handguns, millions of handguns in the state that have never been registered because they were purchased from before there was a handgun registry. You don't have to register something that you already had, like before a registry was in place, or in my case, like when I moved to the state, I didn't have to like register all my shit that I have. You know what I mean? So it's not like that. It's just when you buy a new one. If you buy a new one, it's supposed to go into like the fucking state database or whatever for handguns. So, but I will say one thing: it was way easier to get a fucking carry license here than it was in Texas. It took a lot less time too, a lot less. Now that being said, I think part, because of the process in Texas is also why there are more states that accept Texas's carry permit than accept Michigan's, because the standards are higher in Texas to have a carry permit. But it was definitely easier to get my carry permit here in Michigan. I mean, I still have my Texas carry permit too, because it's still good. It just basically transfers to an out-of-state license. So, but I have both. So it works for me. It works for me. Jimmy Johnson says, Jimmy Johnson, sorry. Growing up in Dallas, that went to my head. Johnny Johnson says, do you own any suppressors, Matt? If not, are you planning on getting one after the first of the year when the tax stamp goes away? No, I don't own any, and I don't plan to get any. I don't want any NFA items. I don't want anything that has to be registered with the federal government. So that's kind of how I've always been. The $200 tax stamp was never a deal breaker for me. Like, $200 ain't much, to be honest. I mean, it's a chunk of money, yes, but like, it's not enough money to have ever prevented me from getting a suppressor before if I wanted one. The reason I never got a suppressor or any other NFA item was because I didn't want something that I had to ask permission from the federal government to own and then register with them once I bought it. So no, I'm not going to be buying any suppressors or any NFA items. So. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is about time for me to wind this one down for the day. Again, apologies for not doing a live chat in a while, but just been busy. I'll try to get back to doing everything back to a normal schedule next week, hopefully. But I do have to run to get over to the other chat from my other channel. So if you're a geek and want to tune in for that, feel free. Otherwise, I'm going to get out of here. I should have another video posted tomorrow. I'll either post it tomorrow or Sunday. But yeah, anyway. In the next couple of days, I'll have another video posted up. But that's going to do it for today. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you, as always. Hope you guys have a great fucking weekend. And we will see you guys next time. All right? So take it easy, ladies and gentlemen. I wish all of you a farewell and a very, very fond adieu.